folks, welcome to Sheepdog Gun Armory channel, and today we're going to talk with Brandon Burns. Brandon is the owner of National Triad Defense, owner-operator of a CCW classroom, and Brandon, take it from there.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? As he said, my name is Brandon Burns. I'm the owner of National Triad Defense. I'm a certified Nevada CCW instructor, and what I offer is your concealed carry weapons courses. I had a chance to meet this gentleman, Roger, who's the owner of Sheepdog Gun Armory. Naturally, he sells guns, and then I train people on how to get their license and their permits. So in this video, we're going to kind of go over basically the who, what, when, where, why, and how of a CCW.
So what Brandon does is he'll take somebody who never had any experience with any type of firearms, give them basic knowledge, and kind of work with them and give them the tutorial that they need to pass their CCW class. Now, there's a lot of laws involved with that, isn't there?
Absolutely. There's a lot of laws and regulations, but for a quick rundown, your course is going to be an 8-hour course. This will start at 9 o'clock going to 5 p.m. It'll all take place at the Clark County Shooting Complex up at the North Decatur Road, basically. Items that you're going to be needing for a class will be a valid ID, any handgun of your choice, and then eye and ear protection as well, and of course 50 rounds of ammunition for the course. We will be covering the classroom, range fees, targets, and everything like that as well.
And don't forget, folks, bring a little bit of your hearing, listening apparatus with you, your ears, because there's a lot of information he's going to relay to you that you're going to need to know. Stuff to protect yourself and to be able to protect yourself in the event of something happening, which heaven forbid you don't have to, but it's nice to be able to protect yourself with that. Now, Brandon, what aside from the firearm and ammo that they need to bring, what else would they need to bring to your class?
I definitely would recommend that you bring, some kind of water or snacks or anything like that. Other than that, if it's not your gun and ammo and your eye and ear protection, I do cover everything else. Pens and papers for notepads are definitely welcomed if you would like to take notes, but other than that, we really make it simple for you to get on your way to succeeding to get your concealed weapons permit. The class is going to entail basically the I don't know anything about guns course. All right, so we'll talk about the different types of handguns, their intended uses and functions, everything from semi-automatics to revolvers, holsters that you may want to choose and carry, and then definitely we're going to dive into the laws and regulations, where we can go, where we can't go, and so on and so forth at the end of class as well.
So one of the myths about CCW classes is they're going to show you everything you need to know about guns. A quick question for you, Brandon. Do you show people how to break a gun down?
No.
Okay. So just wanted to get that out there. Somebody has asked me that before.
Yeah. Basically, to describe this for you folks is a firearm is very, very similar to a car. Okay. It's just a moving piece of metal that goes really fast from one spot to another. Gun shoots a bullet, car just moves itself. This is only 8 hours. Okay, nobody's really going to be completely proficient after 8 hours. I kind of describe this as the driver's ed course. You're 16 years old, you haven't really figured out how to drive a car yet, and we're going to dive into some information. But that does not mean you're a good driver after you complete the driver's ed course. So
you need to get to the range, need to get practice time in, especially if you switch weapons or something like that. Some people start out with one gun, they'll buy another one. Definitely recommend you guys go get some practice time.
Yeah. Now, speaking of another gun, if you don't have a gun already, I do rent firearms for the class. We rent 9mm or we rent little 22s for those of you who are very new to help you get qualified. The good thing about doing that is if you haven't decided on a gun yet, this gives you a chance to learn a lot of information to help you make a better decision. And then you could go over and see Roger, then you could decide on what gun to purchase. Now, Roger and I have come up with a little plan to help each other. If you do purchase a handgun with Roger, you bring the receipt to my class and you'll get $40 off the cost of your multi-state CCW course. And for those who do take my class, they will also get a 10% off purchase at Roger's shop for anything that they like.
Exactly. And just a little bonus, if you sign up for USCCA in Brandon's class, if you get the elite level, you'll get $100 off at my store. You do get an option to get an ammo can from USCCA, but hey, $100 is $100 and you can use it for whatever you want in the store.
Yeah, absolutely.
So real quick question, because you did mention 22s or 9mm. What would be the benefit of using a 22 or a 9mm in your class?
So honestly, the benefit of a 22 is just a little bit more if you're a beginner. You don't want to have to deal with the bigger guns because you're still learning how to control the energy of this machine.
Recoil.
Basically recoil management. Or maybe you just want to save a little bit of money and shoot 22 and not shoot the bigger calibers. Hey, that's his option as well.
Things are expensive nowadays, folks. Yeah. I'm not going to lie, being the owner of a gun store, I've seen the prices climb, especially once COVID hit. I mean, it just went up the roof. they have stabilized, and things seem to be coming down. But I agree with Brandon. If you want to train with the 22, there's no harm in it. And just make sure for your carry weapon, you do train with that weapon as well, because you want to be proficient with it.
Of course. And we'll dive into all those topics and everything, really all the questions that everybody really wants to know, and you'll leave very, very informed, and just being a more confident concealed carry on top of that.
Yeah, absolutely. And just one thing I want to mention, aside from other questions we might have here, but when you do the multi-state, there's so many benefits to that you don't understand. Being a Nevada resident myself, of course I was going to get the Nevada CCW, but I do have the multi-state. I have Florida, I have Utah, and I believe Brandon offers Arizona as well.
Correct.
But having those extra CCW classes, or the cards, they benefit you, because I actually took a class back in 2022 at the Glock facility for becoming a Glock armorer. And in Georgia, which is where that facility is located, my Nevada CCW wasn't honored there. So fortunately, I had my Florida CCW. With the Florida CCW, I was able to carry concealed, and still everywhere I went there, I was still had my little sidearm with me, in the event something happened. And of course, 90% of people are great people, or even higher than that. But, so I never had to use it. But it was nice to know I had it with me at that time.
Yeah, there's definitely advantages to getting the multi-state permit. So that is the Nevada, Arizona, Florida, and the Utah CCW. And this is called the reciprocity agreement. It's agreements between states. You may have a CCW permit from Nevada only, but you can't go to all the states in this country. So the more permits you have, the more places you can go to. And there's a lot of other legal advantages, expedited nature advantages, and longevity advantages that we also will discuss in class as well.
Now, is there somewhere online that you can look up to see what your CCW is, where it's honored at?
Yeah, honestly, the best recommendation is you guys go to the USCCA app. So you can look at the USCCA app on the phone. You can also look at the USCCA website. You can plug in all the CCWs you have. It'll tell you all the states that you can go to, and it dives a lot more into training and education as well. And as certified USCCA instructors, we're very big about recommending that people consider having the USCCA on your side. Carrying a gun for self-defense does carry a personal burden of liability and responsibility. So, you want to have a legal financial protection plan in place in the event that you do need to defend yourself. And that's definitely where we're going to recommend people go to USCCA.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, not only am I also a USCCA certified instructor, not as good as Brandon. I'm going to be honest about that. That's why I send everybody to Brandon. I just have it so that I can be informed about stuff. But I'm also an elite member with USCCA, and I feel a lot more confident doing that, because they're going to help me in the event something happens.
Absolutely. It's a team of attorneys that can represent you all across this country in the event that you need to defend yourself. You wouldn't own a car without insurance. You definitely wouldn't own a home without insurance. So we definitely recommend that you don't own a firearm without some kind of self-defense liability insurance.
Absolutely. Now, Brandon, real quick, the ability for somebody to have that weapon on them, we've already discussed that topic of being able to protect yourself. What are some consequences of being able to protect somebody else?
So in this state, and we are again talking about the state of Nevada here, this changes between states, you do have the authorization to protect any human life should their life truly be at risk of being taken away. Now we'll dive into this. This is called the elements of deadly force. It's called ability, opportunity, imminent jeopardy, and preclusion. Basically, the bad guy or the assailant has to have the ability to cause great serious bodily harm. They have to have the opportunity to do it. The person who's being attacked has to be in immediate jeopardy, and nothing else could be done. As long as those factors are all in place, which we will talk about in class, you can save another human life. While that is a little bit more of an advanced topic, well, I would always recommend don't be a hero because you probably won't know if you'll make that decision until you're in that situation, but we will talk more about those kind of things.
Awesome. Yeah, it's great that you offer this information to these people, because when they take your class, and I've seen your class, it's very informative, very educated. People are going to understand a lot when they leave here, even the very beginning person is going to have that basic knowledge to protect themselves. So kudos to you, man, for putting on such an awesome class. And,
appreciate you.
Now, real quick question behind all that other stuff there. Can you carry long arm, a rifle from CCW.
No, you cannot carry long guns or rifles for concealed, and there's a couple other specialty items you can't carry for concealed. Mostly, it just has to be a handgun. It has to be classified as a handgun from the ATF. There's a lot of different types of handguns. You know, we have semi-automatics, we have revolvers and everything, but we do go over those aspects in class. This is a concealed firearms permit for handgun only. So, but there are options to, you know, having stuff in your house, such as long guns and vehicles, and we do discuss some things like that as well.
Awesome. All right, guys. Well, if you want, you know, where can they find you at online there, Brandon?
Yep, so the first thing you guys could do is if you go over to Sheepdog Gun Armory, you guys can go talk to him about all the stuff that we have going on. There's also my flyers and my pamphlets over there. You could also click my website, which is www.triaddefense.vegas, and it's really that simple. It has all the classroom dates, registration, information, and all the good stuff you need to know.
Awesome. So now you guys got the tools, the knowledge. Get up there and get some education. And don't forget to train. Always train.
Yep. And for those of you watching, don't forget to click the subscribe button, follow the channel so you can keep updated with all the good stuff we got going on.
Awesome. Have a great one, guys.
See you on the range.
Hey folks, welcome. We just want to make a quick introduction for USCCA, one of our channel sponsors. We do appreciate them heavily, and we appreciate what they do for the public. I'm going to introduce Brandon Burns and Matt with Delta Defense, and let them talk a little bit real quick.
How's it going, everybody? My name is Brandon Burns. I'm the owner of NT Defense. I'm a Nevada CCW instructor. Carrying a gun for self-defense carries a heavy burden of personal responsibility and liability. Having a legal financial protection plan in place is very crucial if you're going to be a gun owner.
How you guys doing? I'm Matt, Delta Defense, service provider for the United States Concealed Carry Association. It's a membership program that's designed to train, educate well-responsible gun owners and provide them with the tools and resources that will help them become better prepared mentally, physically, and legally for the act of self-defense. We also partner with leaders of industry like Brandon Burns and Roger with Sheepdog and National Triad Defense, and all three of us are USCCA certified instructors.
Hey, appreciate you guys. I just want to tell you, click on one of the links and you'll be able to access the training that's available for them as well. They offer a lot of good stuff out there, so check them out.
Check them out. See you guys on the range.
You got it.